of rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris Mallard. Thank you for joining me today. My co-host, Ryan, the lovely Ryan Coltastic, is in the background, ready to go, getting ready to go do that voodoo that we do so well. It's Friday. I hope you had a wonderful week. We're going to do Sci-Fi Friday, and it's going to be, of course, and it's going to be about Firefly. And we've got a poll today about Firefly, and get your Firefly brain ready to go. It's shiny, people. It's shiny. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Sci-Fi Friday coming up in just a minute. The ship has been damaged. I'm adrift. No help in sight. At least life support's working. Okay, so much for life support. At 2 communications. At least if I'm going to die in the deep, dark black of space, I can watch the Daily Atheist Morning Show. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Yes, I have my wonderful co-host Ryan here. There she is. Look at that. Look at all. Oh, wow. The Daily Atheist Morning Show, live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern. All right, I think that's cool. That's one of my new intros for Sci-Fi Friday. It's fun. Here's Ryan. Look at Ryan. There she is, looking fancy with her hair all up, cute and whatnot. Good morning. I can't hear you.
It's called Get Ready Quick. That's what that is.
Oh, last minute, throw it up in a bun kind of situation. I do that too. Notice I got my, like, what is it? Yeah. I don't want to say Dolly
Leia.
Madison.
Your Princess Leia.
Maybe kind of a Leia. I'm thinking, what was that gymnast back in Loretta Lou, Mary Lou Retton? That's my Mary Lou Retton.
Everybody had that bowl cut. I had it.
Yeah. See how it kind of, just on the side, it kind of mimics it a little bit.
Yes, that's so hilarious because, I think like all the kids growing up had that goddamn, like, put the bowl on the head and just cut around it. I was... Mary Lou Retton?
Mary Lou Retton. Yeah, Mary Lou Retton.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, that was her. I had a migraine last night and I was up puking and all that business. Started like midnight last night. So, and I already... but I'm feeling better now. I'm more gooder now. I'm most goodest, but I'll tell you, it was a rough night. So afterwards, you know how it is after you feel all pukey and yucky like that? I really needed to shower. I know it's not the week for my shower.
But sometimes you need a reboot.
So yeah. Sometimes. Well, what they say in the Bible is after they're done being sick, that's when they clean them. Remember? It's like they were sick for this long, and then they finally got healed. Now they'll clean them and wash them.
Now we can bathe you. Like, God damn. Thanks. I guess.
I'm just saying. I got my camera's right here. My good camera's broken, sadly, or something.
Something's going on.
Something's going on. Good morning, everyone, though. Thank you all for joining us. Native Atheist is here. Kind 9 is here. Rainbow Ash is here. Brent A is here. Firefly Day. Oh, yeah. Firefly Day. I'm glad you enjoy Firefly, Brent A. I knew I already liked you. Romance. All right. So that's the thing we're going to be talking about. Ooh, Lil of All Trades is here. Good morning. Ryan Coltastic. Ooh, the evil Ryan Coltastic. Everybody, thank you all for joining us. So we're going to talk a little bit about Firefly. Now, you've gotten through everything, the movies, all that. You are now an expert, dyed in the wool, as it were.
I probably need to watch it like another 1 or 2 times to get it all, to see everything that there is to see. I probably missed a shit ton of stuff, but still enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. We watched 2 of my favorite episodes because we're watching them in order. Where we watched them last night, it was Out of Gas and Ariel. Actually, Ariel's okay. It's not bad. Not one of my favorite, but Out of Gas, Janestown is right before that. Janestown, where they sing the song, The Man They Call Jane. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then there's Out of Gas, where the ship gets broke and they're stuck in the middle of nowhere. And you get to find out how all the people made it on the ship, how they met Wash.
Yeah. Right.
Remember how they met Jane? They actually, Jane's got the gun on them. And they
he paid him? Yes. That was freaking hilarious. He's like, well, how much are they paying him? And he was like, well, how much we're talking or whatever he said, but it was just so funny. He was ready to go. He's like, oh,
That's
okay,
right.
I'm talking money here.
Yeah, I think really what sealed the deal though was his own bunk. That's what he really got his attention. He's like, you share a bunk? He's like, yeah, with that one, and it points at this little guy over there. He got all messed up. That's good shit.
He was like, oh shit, I get my own bunk? Like, what?
Yeah,
that's luxury.
That guy's like,
money.
Jane, and he's like, shut up, shoots him in the leg. That's
yes, that was great. I love that.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I think that one and Wash, how whenever Wash showed up on the ship, she didn't like him. So he's like, I don't like him. I just don't know why.
Yeah. Yep. Just didn't like him at first.
And then, of course, Kaylee, the way she got on the ship.
She's the
mechanic.
Yes.
Yeah.
That word.
He's like, see, we got a genius mechanic. All we need now is a pilot. And this guy walks by and you're like, who the hell is this guy? And this guy walks by, genius. Oh, nobody's ever called me that before. And you're like, who the hell is this guy? Bester. He's actually named after, if you ever get around to watching Babylon 5, he's named after the character Bester in Babylon 5, which is played by, Chekhov, the guy who plays Chekhov. The guy who plays Chekhov, I'm sorry, man, I'm old and I forgot your name already. Not George Takei, but the other guy. Not George Takei, but the other guy.
The other guy.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Let's see, Etu Communications, yes. I've really enjoyed Firefly. What about you? Would you watch it again?
Oh yeah, I would. I would watch it again. I for sure enjoyed the movie.
Oh yeah, the movie was good stuff. Yeah,
the movie was very good.
If you get the chance, or those out there who are watching, and you get the chance, and you go back and you watch the movie, especially after watching the series, you may not have noticed, but now that I call it out, you might notice when you watch the series, you get there, and they all look like people who've kind of been kept up in space for a while. But when you get to the movie, they all have these tans, and they're all they've been doing other things. Like Adam Baldwin, he's all tanned up and shit.
I did notice that. I did notice that they all seemed like they weren't so peaked.
Yeah. I read yesterday, just last night, as we were watching the episodes, I was going through some things. The actor who plays the Doctor adopted a child or had a child in 2012 or something like that. He was married to a woman, but he came out as gay later on. So the Doctor actor is gay. And he's a good, he's a champion for LGBTQ rights. Cool. Sean Mayer, I think is his name. And then Adam Baldwin, the actor who plays Jane.
Right.
Somewhere I read last night on there that, this is his bio and all this. He's a very right-wing person.
Oh, he is?
Well, he was. And I haven't been able to find anything to find out. Is he still like John Snyder? You know who John Snyder is? Bo Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yes, I do.
Yes. He has just gone further right and really just kind of sucked up. He's down in Alabama or wherever, Georgia. He's trying to sell he's making his cash cow. So he's sucking up to these little racists who want to wear their flag because it's our heritage.
Right.
That kind of thing.
He's basically banking off of that old school.
That's how I think it is.
So, Dukes of Hazzard kind of, I say, good old boys.
Yeah, but he's also been like, supporting Trump and supporting the things, and I'm just like, no, you lost me, man, a long time ago. That lost me. Yeah. Sadly, I was kind of hoping for more. It's like, you remember the guy who played Archie Bunker? Remember Archie Bunker?
Yes, I do.
He was a homophobic, racist, misogynistic character, all this business. But Carol O'Connor was not. And he said a lot of people think that Archie Bunker's funny, and I guess he is, but really he's not somebody you want to, he's a bad person. And he tries to express that he is a bad person. Not someone you want to emulate. Right. Just because his character is a piece of shit doesn't necessarily mean the actor is a piece of shit. But in some cases, it kind of does. But so I'm kind of a little bit worried about, how you doing, Adam? Adam, if you're watching, I do actually respect the old guard Republicans, the old guard Republicans, the ones who used to just be kind of evil,
a little more respectable.
Yeah.
They still had that air of being on the up and up, I think.
Yes.
Regardless if I like them or, would never vote for them. I still feel as though they were more straightforward and honest versus like what we're getting now.
Absolutely.
Maybe I'm wrong, but actually no, because I really wish I knew his name, but somebody played a clip of this gentleman. He's a Republican, he's of the older, a little bit older, not super old or anything like that, but he was just saying that back in his day, or when politicking now, actually, from people from the other side, they would make jokes about it, but still get together when it mattered most. Like he said that he and this other person who's a lefty came together to raise the speed limit, and that this lefty called his mom when his father died, and he said that's respectable, that's why we're friends, that's why we can still come together across the aisle. And he said that's what's missing from politics today, and I agree.
Oh yeah. Well, I popped open my interwebs this morning on my YouTube, and I was going to do the surfing of the YouTube because that's what you do. And I noticed a video there, and I was like, hey, that looks like my buddy Mike. And you know what? It was my buddy Mike. I haven't seen him really. He's my best friend. I've got two really, and I don't see either one of them. He's my best friend. I hadn't seen him in a couple of years. And I was like, hey, Mike. And of course, he's right wing. He is a Christian. He's right wing and all this business. And that's part of the reason why we hadn't really talked a lot, because I liked him the way I remember him. And I don't want to go over there and find out he's some deep dog Trump.
Oh God, I know, right?
Because he was already going that way. And I just kind of didn't want to do that. So I hate to shamefully watch, Mike, if you're watching, I hate to say it, but I've been avoiding him. But then I watched this video this morning. He's starting his own little podcast, him and his son and a friend of theirs. And he started out the day going, listen, this is about, we're all people. Doesn't matter about what this. And he even mentioned, he's like, the ruling class no longer reflects the will of the people. I was like, wow, did you just move left? He doesn't have to move left. He can still be a conservative. Exactly. He can still be a Christian. All that. He doesn't have to agree with fascism.
Right. And I think that's part of the problem, Chris.
Yeah.
They feel as though if they're agreeing with the Democrats in any manner or form, that it's not the diplomacy that we would think of it. They think of it as selling out, but that's not what it's about. It's seeing that we, the people, are greater than the ruling class.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. One of the things, though, there are a lot of people like my friend who in ways are dependent on the government. Now, I'm not necessarily saying my friend, but let's just say other people out there who have, depend on the government for help on making their rent, or because they have a disabled child, or because they have a parent that they're taking care of who's an invalid of some fashion. And all those helps are gone now. And those people are starting to struggle. So those people who used to be kind of conservative, who are, right now, they may be feeling the pinch, and all of a sudden they're going, oh, wait a second. And that may be Mike's case. So I don't know. I haven't spoken to him. What I am glad of, though, is that that I saw that in him. That there are people on the right. It's not an all or nothing situation.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't agree with a lot of their politics. I think a lot of their politicians are misled, just like the same way that Charlie Kirk likes to skew numbers and statistics and whatnot. I think, and I don't know that I'm not saying it's even intentionally, but I think that they see things from a different lens because it's that Christian lens. But I would still prefer that old school than the lies and the just pure hate that we get now.
Yes, absolutely. Kind of off the topic, but on the topic, I'd like to ask you, what are your thoughts on Indigenous Peoples Day and the renaming of Columbus to? Are you pro for that, or what do you think?
Yeah. I really actually, when I first started waking up, one of the first groups I joined was an Indigenous witchcraft group. And
really?
Yeah, it's actually kind of what was my jumping off point, because I come from, everywhere you live, there's Indigenous, like you said, probably Indigenous places, are named after the Indigenous peoples who live there, whatnot. And I was just, I was curious. I wanted to find out about that, found this group, and yeah, it really kind of helped open my eyes to the things that they've been suffering through,
Gotcha.
since the takeover.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. And the reason why I ask, I know it's kind of a weird off the topic in a way kind of situation, is because I had somebody leave a comment on one of my videos, one of the live streams actually. And the
was it the
comment
one from Monday?
I don't remember. I'm looking to see if I can find it real quick. The comment was, I tell you about it already?
No.
The comment was essentially, this, I think I might almost be there. This show just isn't as good since it was so much better before you went solo. It's just unwatchable trash now. Or something like that. Really? So wait, and I'm like,
they said,
what does that imply?
Trash? Is that what they were saying?
No, that's not what they were saying. What they said was the show used to be great when I was solo, but now it's trash.
Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah.
Okay.
So they
I'm
think
not
the show
trash.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They think
you're trash.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm like, wait a second. So yeah, that's essentially what happened. And so I'm looking for it, see if I can find it. Here it is. All right. And so not going to lie, the show is better when you were solo. This is unwatchable slob. Okay.
I'm not,
Okay. Well, no. And so I said, all right, so 2 points. I said, one, are you insulting Ryan? She's awesome. So I don't know what your problem would have with her. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to skip to their response. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't. All right. This person is definitely.
Please do.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to skip, but then I'll go back to what I was going to say. So, answering my question is what they don't like about Ryan. The response is, I hate to break this to you, but someone who celebrates Columbus Day is not awesome. And it's no longer called Columbus Day, by the way. It's Indigenous Peoples Day. They are either stupid or evil or both. This person must clearly have no idea who the fuck you are. You're one of your very first, I didn't tell you nothing about this, did I? But one of your very first coming outs was joining an Indigenous witches group. This is just, oh my God. So here's the thing. This individual, I used to have this person in my chat or in my Discord. This is Rat Girl Tika. For those of you who are familiar with Rat Girl Tika, used to send me the most horrific images of her. And then she would send me a message like at 11 o'clock at night. Hey man, what's going on? I'm partying. What do you think of this sound clip? This is really cool or whatever. And this is just somebody on fucking TikTok or Discord. I don't know this person. Anyway, I'm asleep. It's 11 o'clock at night. 11:45, I'm getting messages. Well, fuck you. You're too good to talk to me. I'm not kidding. This happened more than once. And I even went to the admin Discord, my mods group in Discord. And I said, this is what's happening. I posted the things. I said, this is why, because I don't normally interact with anybody. Discord is Scotty's business. And so I don't generally fuck with anything. I did try to help, and I fucking shit. He's doing
rules.
And so I went and I showed them, this is why I'm bouncing this bitch from my Discord. And so this is the person who it is. And so this is what my second point. This is what I said. Second point. I value the opinions of a great many people. You, however, are not one of them. The fact that you don't like it tells me I'm doing something right. After the way you acted in Discord, the good old days, getting a message from you at midnight saying something ignorant. And then if I didn't respond within half an hour? All right. So I rather than going on about the whole thing, let me go to the last sentence. Just go away with your weird, creepy, stalky, sending hate messages at 2 a.m. ass self. I don't need that kind of drama, and I don't value the opinions of those who started. That's what I said. So that's whenever her response was about you, Ryan.
Okay.
Clearly has no idea about you, because that's the insult. Maybe we were talking about something on the show and we accidentally called it Columbus Day or something. We were going in our. I don't remember doing that.
Monday was the day that I introduced the show as Indigenous Peoples Day. Hello, I can speak.
See,
and I said some people call it Christopher Columbus Day.
Gotcha. Understood. That just goes to show you how exactly ignorant this person is. I just had to blow off some steam about that one. Goes on to say, I'll be around in case you ever figure out that your country fried chaos agent co-host is a saboteur. I didn't even read this part. To be honest, I stopped at the first paragraph. Let's see. You shine bright on Truth Wanted and when you were solo on here. And thank you. I appreciate calling her creepy because apparently that's a compliment. Listen, guys, if you saw the picture this individual bragged about, this is not about a lot of things. I don't want to, but anyway, to be honest, it said, and you started the Discord chaos, rejected a co-host offer with ego, and now see, I don't know, I don't even know what they're talking about there, but I did. Yeah, I absolutely bounced them, but I didn't start the chaos, and I have the receipts to prove it. Just like in this exact instance where this person just made shit up randomly and lied on you, Ryan, has no idea, nothing about you, and is going around spreading hate about you that you support Christopher Columbus Day. That's a fucking slur right there. I mean, considering who we are, I'm just like, what the fuck? Some people
that's
are just
weird. Yeah,
so,
I'm very careful about, like, when it comes to, I don't fuck with indigenous people's practices. I don't like none of that. I don't get down with any of that. So maybe they heard something I said in a because I do say things sarcastically. Maybe there's I said something in a sarcastic tone and they were like, oh, she thinks that. And, sometimes people put that in my comments too. They'll say something sarcastic and I'll miss, like I told you before, I almost filmed a whole goddamn video because I didn't read the sarcasm.
Right. Oh, man. Yeah. John asked, hey, John, good morning. John asked, do you need me to break some kneecaps? Well, maybe. I think I took care of it myself. I am, I missed it if Chris said who the rat girl Tika.
I feel like I might have heard the name before, but I'm not sure. This
time in Facebook, this time going by DJ Megan Satanis. DJ Megan Satanis on the YouTube. I kind of wish I had still had that picture they sent me a long time ago, because man, that was just fucking, in a way, oh man. Anyway, this person, whoever they are, but we can clearly see they go about making shit up and lying on folk, and I was just pissed off. I had to say something. There I went.
Bites the dust.
Yep, another one. Yeah. Let's see. Pragmatic Humanist. Good morning, Praggy. How are you doing? The Theophilus is here. Ambushed Apostate. Thank you. Seth says, always keep your receipts. Absolutely. Austin Sims says, Rat Girl Tika. Is that the name of this person claiming Ryan is? Yes, that was the name they used to go by on Discord. Actually, despite everything, about a week and a half ago, sent me a friend request on Discord, which I declined. Because I'm not, no, I don't put up with that shit. And, somebody who's like that, they ain't no changing. They're just, they ain't no changing.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's
just, part of the deal is I try to be nice to people, especially if they reach out to me on like Discord or something. But to be honest, I can't be best friends with everybody who hits me up on Discord. And this person sending me messages at 2:00 in the morning going, hey, or what, not 2:00 because I've probably been up, but like 11 a.m. or 11 at midnight or whatever, saying, hey, listen to this shit DJ. She's a DJ, so she does these DJ tracks, and listen to this thing I put together or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't feel like I need to. There's nothing in the YouTube contract that I signed when I got on here in my George Soros left wing dollars that says that I have to put up with every jackass that hits me up in Discord. Currently, I just met a new person in the Discord. I dig them. They seem to be a little more like a best friend than I want them to be. They're hitting me up, more than and then so almost who knows? I don't want to say it. It could even be Rat Girl Tika, because let me check this out. Yesterday, of course, I know, I go to bed, and I ain't gonna say who this person is, but yesterday, essentially, they sent me a hey yo, and I didn't respond. So today, this morning at like 2:00 in the morning, I get a question mark. I don't play that shit. If I don't respond fast enough to you, fuck you. We're not. I don't play that.
But like honestly, Chris, for me, and I'm efficient enough in most technologies and stuff, but sometimes on Discord, for me, there's never ever a way to clear all of the red messages, because they're in every freaking chat. They're in your personal chat, so there's just always, it just looks like red blobs to me. So I don't even really see that I have somebody to message me, because every message just looks like a red dot
Right.
that I'm supposed to at some point attend to,
Very
and I
true.
can't.
I'll tell you, here's what I had to do. I had to go to every server and get in the server and then go up and right click and turn my notifications to off. And even if they tag me, because even my own server, I have turned off that way because there's just too many people. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always have myself as offline. If any app will let me look offline, I stay offline. I don't want people to know when I come or when I go.
Right. Well, do you guys remember what the fuck happened with, what was his name? Sapper? Were you here with when Sapper went off? Fuck,
I don't know. The name sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Renegade Sapper. Yeah, it was a long time ago. It's just one of those deals where, I'm like, okay, cool. Somebody cool. And I try to be nice to them. This is my view, obviously. And it goes, actually, in both cases, it was a situation of, they reached out to me. I think it's based on what Tika said. I'd have forgotten about that, but he reached out to me going, "Hey man, can I be a co-host?" And the deal is I can't say no without pissing somebody off. I just can't. They're always offended. They're always mad.
Very
always
big question. That's an ass. That's a big ass.
And it's like, why? Why can't I be? Well, to tell you, listen, you're just not good enough. You don't have a good enough online personality. You don't have a good enough technology. You haven't done anything.
Well, maybe we don't have a dynamic.
That.
He could be a great
true.
Personality. That doesn't mean shit if we don't have some kind of chemistry together and are able to have conversations.
Well, to be honest, this is the case. When somebody sends me a thing like that, hey, I want to be on your show, one time is fine. Any more than one time, I'm going to go look this person up. And I was honest, this person does not have the personality that would work on my show with me. It's just not, I don't feel, but I did try to encourage them to continue making their own videos and doing their own stuff and developing their own thing. And because of that, I was a bad person. Anyway, just got
Chris, you're such a bad person.
I am a bad person. That was the thing. Oh my goodness. If Miss was it Miss Non Sequitur? Was it Aaron? Goodness. Apparently, me, I occasionally go off on something. I'm like, you know what? I don't have to jump. I don't have to, march to your tune. This is my channel. Fuck off. I tend to do that to people. And what happened was we went into a Discord meeting with me and this person. We were having a Discord thing where I was going to teach people about doing YouTube videos, creating top 10s videos to get your channel started and all this stuff. And dude came in there and would not shut the fuck up. Just would not shut the fuck up. Would argue with me. I was fine. I just went off on him. And so because I went off on him there, he went to Aaron and started going, we need a moderation. So we got to have some sort of official moderation. Like, this is fucking high school and we got to go to the principal's office. And he wants to sit in there and have the principal work it out between the two of us. And I finally met with him on Discord audio and I fucking went off on him there too. And he's like, where's our moderator? Where's our moderator? Protect me. I'm like, man, I owe you nothing. I owe you nothing. Nothing. That's just the experience I've had with people. That's not what we signed up to talk about today, but it's just been
what a day. What a day. Yeah. But you know what? It's so funny because I don't really check my subscription numbers because y'all people probably notice, but it only gives you a partial of the number anyway. Like, you don't get the remnants. It just gives you like a rounded off number. So I don't normally look, but I had noticed because I had been looking at trying to look at my back end stuff. And I did notice that my number went down like on one day. And I was like, am I crazy? Or did somebody like not I was like, I don't know, that could just be something weird. But I bet you it was maybe that person. That's so weird that I saw it because I just don't normally see those, like a little adjustment.
Yeah. Well, in that case there, that was just kind of, I remember we talked about this on the show one day. I'm like, I'm a child of the 90s. All my heroes used to yell at their own bosses. It's just how they resolved all their problems. As a child, I was like number 5 of 7. So I mean, it's nothing for me to just, because I got to be heard, over everybody else. And other people take that as, sometimes I do get aggressive, like, bitch, I will fuck you up. But when I get there, you'll know I'm there.
The difference.
Otherwise, I'm just an aggressive jackass. Brent A will be like, Chris, chill out, because I'm being too much of an aggressive jackass,
Chris,
like
where's your
one of
medicine? No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, where's my medicine? It's like Brent A and Daisy. Whenever either one of them is coming at me going, chill out, it's because I've gotten too loud. Good morning, Chef Joshua James. The moderator would be on Chris's side, maybe Haps. What's YouTube jail and how have I not? I'm really surprised I haven't been put in YouTube jail. I have not had any strikes. I'm sure people have reported my videos. Not once has YouTube ever taken one down. Even my Charlie Kirk one, where I said he was a pathetic piece of shit or whatever I said, they didn't take that down. Even the one, the video I did the day after they revoked, oh girl, the day after they killed Roe v. Wade, I came on this fucking stream and I unloaded. That happened to be the day Greg James from the ACA was popped in to research me, to check me out.
Oh, shit.
And he got me going, all you Christians out there who are waking up this morning going, thank you, Jesus, because you're so happy, while so many millions of women are bawling their eyes out. Fuck you, and fuck your dad, and fuck your mom. I just went off all day long. It was not a happy visit. It was not. Me and Greg even had a visit about that when he came to me. He watched a few more shows, realized I wasn't always like that. It was a little legitimate, really being pissed off thing. Good morning, Willow Dog. Thank you for being back. Oh my goodness.
Oh, brother.
So,
yeah, I didn't come from a large family, like my intimate family, but my larger surrounding family. My dad has lots of brothers and sisters. My mom, like 7, each of them, I think have like 7 brothers and sisters. So, sometimes it gets a little loud because they, gotta get heard when there's 6 other kids screaming for attention. You know what I mean?
True enough. Look at the tree. It says 2 strikes in 2 days on 2 Charlie Kirk videos. Now, let me ask you about that situation. One of the things I've always done, with the exception, I think, of Master Pastor, with the exception of him, I've always avoided doing any kind of review video where I play someone else's content, like another content creator, on my channel. I don't go shitting on priests or stuff like that, or watching like Ken Ham. I don't go watch Ken Ham videos on here with you guys and go, look how Ken Ham is, and play 6 minutes of his video, because you get content strikes. These people don't like us. And given the opportunity, what happens if you get for those of you who don't know, if you're running a channel, you'll pop into your YouTube studio and you get this little message saying, hey, somebody's got enough of your content on their channel that you might want to look into this. And it gives you the option to report you or give you a strike or any of this business. And here's Daisy. See, as I mentioned, Papa is apparently getting too loud.
Said, Dad.
I know. You're getting old. Look how she's getting all wine under there, but she's still like, yeah. So that's kind of the thing. I'd like to know, look at the trees. Did you actually do reviews? Did you put their content, or was it because you said something about Charlie Kirk? That's what I'd like to know, because I can't imagine you said anything much harsher than what I said on my video. And I haven't,
my people were pissed at me, and I didn't even, my videos were very neutral. I was just pretty direct with what happened. Charlie Kirk just got shot. Don't know if he's dead or alive. He's known for whatever, like barely an opinion in there, and people were pissed off and unfollowing me, which I'm kind of glad. Like, I don't want those people watching my content, quite frankly. But it's just like, damn, I didn't even say what I wanted to say. I have since, but I didn't know what was happening at that time, so I didn't go too far.
It's like, at this point, if you're still a Trump supporter and something I say about Trump or that other side pisses you off so much that you leave, I didn't want you. It's like walking out of the bathroom with toilet paper that still has shit on it and going, oh, do I want to take this with me? No, I think I'll leave it in the toilet. And then I go on with life and leave that person there. I feel like I'm better off without them.
Yeah. Yeah, we can flush that.
Now, I do have to say, Disco Poppy, good morning, Disco Poppy. Thank you for inquiring about Ollie. Ollie, okay. We took Ollie to the vet because he had a little sore under his eye. Now, here's the deal with a puppy dog like that. Sometimes they can get an infection in their tooth. And because they're so close, it'll present up here. We don't think that's the case, but we've been giving him medicine. The problem is that the medicine makes him sick. He's been throwing up every day after food. Otherwise, he's just happy as lamb, very food motivated. I got to clean it up quick or he'll go eat it. I mean, this dog is very food mode.
Oh, fuck me.
But I guess most dogs are kind of like that. They'll do that if you,
Some will do that, sadly.
So there are those things, but he's over there napping right now. They're all, they're exhausted from getting the show ready. Now, one of the things I do briefly want to say is that I'm going to try to working on the show. I'd like to make it better. I mean, it's okay, but I'd like to make it graphically look more most goodest possibly, if I could. And I asked the chat, the question in the chat question, because, I could ask this as a poll question, but not everybody who answers the polls are watching the streams.
True.
However, everybody who answers the poll in the chat is obviously watching the stream. So of the 29 votes, 79%, almost 80% of the people who voted said we should keep the chat on screen.
On screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people like it on screen. That's cool.
I voted yes as well.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool.
So I'm glad that people were agreeing with me, or I'm agreeing with the people.
Yeah, I got to be honest. In a way, I like it too. To me, I want to make it bigger. My nerd wants to make it bigger and put us in little boxes and make it look cool and move shit around, all that cool. I want to make it look cool, but I got to tell you, the chat, I see the chat. I can see it right there, and I would see things I would normally miss, but I can see it right there on the screen. If I take it off, I won't be able to see it. Right. So I'm a fan myself. Thankfully, other people are as well. So.
Yes, same.
All I needed was the push in the right direction. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run us a commercial here, take a little break. I was going to go with the War in Heaven one because that's sci-fi, but that's only like 35 seconds. So let me give me and Ryan just a tiny bit more of a break. Let's go here. And I'm going to go, let's do Wild Bill. Should we do Wild Bill? Wild Bill's not sci-fi. Most of my shit's not fun. Who wants it? Nobody. All right, let's do this.
Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love.
I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl Sagan, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No!
Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved.
Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I can see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. And we are back. Yeah, so glad you guys like that. I want to mention Chef Joshua says you guys should also cover sci-fi movies as well. His favorite, one of his favorites, is Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. Have you seen that one, Ryan?
Yes, I have seen.
Yes. So we actually could. We could do that one. Me and the Evil One have started that movie, I think, a couple times. But I got to tell you, that movie is kind of a long haul. It's probably, what, 2 hours and 20 minutes or some business like that?
Yeah, I think.
It is long. And we should try again because she's never gotten to the end.
Oh, for real? She wasn't able to finish it?
She's never made it to the end. Yeah. No. And I dig it. Of course, there are a couple things, I'm me, but I think that I really appreciate a lot of the things they did on the show, on the movie.
I really enjoyed I'm obviously if we're going to talk about it at some point, but I really was touched by the part where I think it was, she was in the room and the book was getting knocked off the shelf or whatever. And that was actually her, it was just kind of a neat concept. I thought when he was like looking at all the different time, whatever, trying to find that moment or something. Anyhow, I liked it.
Yeah, it was it really took a lot of, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I like Matthew McConaughey. I like the things that they did, that they showed the way the earth would be, and stuff, the destruction, how corn was like the last crop. Most other crops were gone, stuff like that.
Yeah, like, mate, that might be a little realistic right now.
Look at the tree says, I used to watch Farscape. Farscape is, me and the Evil One really enjoy Farscape. There's part of the reason why is because in a way we relate to the two main characters. She's a hottie and looks like Claudia Black, and I'm just a guy anyway. But we really related to that show. And if you watch Farscape, they go through it. And in season 3, the main character gets duplicated and stuck on one ship. I'm going to spoil this for anybody if you're watching. Just go la la la. But it'll be so long between now and you see it. He gets stuck on her. So there's 2 of them now, and he's just trying to. At this point, him and her are struggling to find out if they're going to be a couple or not. And then all of a sudden, he's doubled. There's 2 of him now.
Hell
and
yeah!
So yeah. Then she gets stuck on a ship with him, and she gives in. And they just fall in love and go mad. And they're banging and having all kinds of wonderful sex, and it's fantastic. It's just wonderful. It's great. And then he gets sick and dies. Then her ship gets put back together with the other guy's ship, and she just can't reconcile that he's actually the same guy. And there's this scene where he dies in her lap. Oh my goodness.
Gut wrenching.
Gut wrenching. Very gut wrenching. Yes. Good morning, Dr. Kip. I don't remember. Is Dr. Kip a fan of Firefly? Now, see, Firefly is the one sci-fi I would really recommend to John Hudson, who's probably still mid bowel movement at this point.
Don't hurt yourself, John.
Don't push too hard. We'll wait for an answer. Don't rush.
Wash your hands first before you go tapping away on that keyboard or phone, whatever. But yes, Firefly is the shit, John Foppy. Foppy Fop.
And that's the deal. It only had one season. The Fox Entertainment released it out of order, and they did a really horrible job promoting it. So it was a great show, but it got canceled after less than 1 season. Part of the deal, though, is that, and I feel like almost every episode is just out of the park. And part of the reason for that is because every episode was their last. They knew they were on their last legs at any moment. I
mean, it was a really good cast. I just think that everybody that they cast did so well at their Jamie, or no, what was his name?
Jane.
Jane. Just you kind of always felt like, can I trust this guy? He just played the part so well. You weren't sure if you should start to like him.
Yeah. Actually, you shouldn't trust him, really. That's the episode we watched last night, Ariel, where he tried to sell him out. But after Ariel, you can trust him. After that episode of Ariel, whenever he gets, not only does he get turned by them, but there's this dynamic between the doctor and his sister to where they know.
Yeah,
and
they.
he knows they know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's this, in a way, a kind of forgiveness, but not. I think they did a really good job, despite Josh Whedon being a fucking asshole apparently to work with. Very misogynistic dickbag.
Wait, who was?
The writer, director, the creator of the show, Josh Whedon.
Oh,
he went on to do
where he's a
he went on to do the Avengers, the first Avengers movie. Really good movie, one of my favorites. You know, his work, I don't have a problem with his work, but apparently he's really misogynistic, a real jerk, likes to make actresses cry and all this other business, and he kind of went too far. Kip Davis says, I was a huge fan of Josh Whedon's work a year back. Yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A lot of people loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, snap. He's Buffy the Vampire Slayer guy.
Yeah,
farts. Yeah, because I do I love Buffy. I mean, I haven't watched it in fracking years, but I like it.
Yeah. Now, are you guys back into the Stargate now? Is Hubs Holmes? You're still
Stargate? Yep. He got home, and so we've watched, I think, maybe one or two episodes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. The last episode we watched, there was 2 gates on Earth.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's getting cool now. Yeah, okay, you're getting into it. That's good. That's actually a good episode too. They're hurt in the ice. They don't know where they're at. Yep. Daniel Jackson, man, I love the way they do that. You know, it's really good. It's not like Discovery, where there was only one person who was going to solve this problem, any problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Only one person. You know, they had to work together. There was a team. There was smarts. The person who solved the problem had years of experience and knew, you know, it's not like just woke up one day and all of a sudden it's a warp field reactor specialist and some bullshit.
Right.
Yeah. So there's that. Somebody asked me in the chat, or asked in the chat, wait a second. Chemical Squirrel says we named our son after a Stargate universe character. Really? Which one? I'm dying to know. Yeah. Let's see here. Somebody said something. There's so much Stargate. There really is. If you can get past that first season, and if you like Stargate, oh my goodness, you got a lot of Stargate to go through. And if you watch Farscape, did you pull it up on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 seasons. It's really good. Old school seasons. So they're like 20, 21 episodes, you know? And then they got 2 or 3 movies afterwards, or two movies, a movie, whatever. But it's good shit. But those 2 characters, after that show ends, after 4 seasons and a couple movies, those 2 actors move over to Stargate. And they join the Stargate SG-1 team in episodes. You recognize her.
Well, because last night, one of the, you know how it'll just show you a picture of the episode, you know, whatever picture they choose. And there was new people on there. And I was like, wait, who are those? You know, obviously they're coming at some point. They're coming. But it was just funny last night. I realized that that's the same. Yeah. That face I recognized from the picture last night.
Yeah. Claudia Black, the hottie brunette. Goodness gracious. She's where I got my acting name, Chris Black. I got that from her because, Chris Black. And let's see, Sunshine. Somebody asked in the chat about something, and I wanted to respond about something, but I want to make sure what it was. Apparently, he pushed away Ray Fisher. Yeah, Ray Fisher, the guy who played Cyborg in the Batman versus Superman movie or something like that. Remember they released a Snyder Cut? There's this big, huge thing about a Snyder Cut. Batman versus... Well, apparently in the first movie, Josh Whedon didn't like the actor who played the Cyborg, so he cut almost all of his stuff out, and they just did a whole bunch of weird shit.
Jesus Christ, man. He sounds like a jerk.
Yeah. There's Stargate. Let's see. I just started season 4. I've actually never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer myself.
Oh, you never seen it?
Never have. Not a single episode. My little brother was into Gundam and all that, but somebody asked about Cowboy Bebop. I've never seen any of the Cowboy Bebop. There's probably a whole world of interesting stuff there for me.
Why does that sound familiar? Cowboy Bebop?
Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, it was an anime cartoon back in the 80s, and they made a movie, I think, about it, or tried to make a series. I don't remember, something like that. It's Joss. Joss. It is Joss Wheaton, not Josh. Joss Wheaton.
Joss.
Yes, Joss. Yeah, Richard Dean Anderson as O'Neill. Yeah, oh, of course. Yeah, there's a deal in the movie. You remember was played by I can see his face. You know, the movie Jack O'Neill was played by a different person than the TV show Jack O'Neill. TV show Jack O'Neill was played by Richard Dean Anderson, and somebody will put in the chat. You know who he is if you saw him. Wow, my mirror. I hate getting old.
What's wrong, baby?
There, Kurt Russell, thank you for that. Thank you very much, Chemical Square. It's always a race for the people out there to Kurt Russell. So it's got Kurt Russell as O'Neill in the movie. Now, O'Neill in the movie is serious. His son just died. He's not a very friendly character. He's not fun. Richard Dean Anderson wanted to play a fun character. So he, although his character does still have the same backstory, the son who died, you had to go through that in the first season. Despite that, there is a separation between those characters. So oftentimes you'll see Jack in the show go O'Neill with 2 L's. So his name is O'Neill with 2 L's. The Jack in the movie is O'Neill with 1 L.
Oh, so it's like a little nod to the.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yep. Daniel Jackson was played by James Spader. I really enjoyed James Spader. He's a lot of fun.
The scientist guy.
Yeah. He was all tiny and hairy and had all the hair, and now he's all like bald and old.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, mostly bald. Yeah, he's mostly bald.
Well, I guess that's been a little while ago, huh?
Yeah. Now he, back then he played like a nerdy, wimpy kind of character. Now he kind of plays like a character that if he got within range of you, he would probably hurt you.
Oh.
If you said anything wrong, he's just at least the shows I've seen him in recently, he's been his character's imposing. Ancient astronaut crap was really hokey. I'm not sure what Solar Equinox. Good morning, Solar Equinox. Thank you for joining us. I think we all know that Kurt Russell's best movie was Big Trouble in Little China. I actually enjoy that movie. Have you ever seen that?
Been a very long time, but yes.
Yeah,
I have.
Good old G stuff. It opens up with him talking on a CB radio, and he's just going down the road talking. I don't know if anybody's listening. He's just going on telling a whole story. It's good stuff. Yeah, Jester says it still blows my mind, James Spader. Yeah, I really think though that the actor who played Daniel Jackson in the TV series was a fantastic actor. He had an emotional range that I could do nothing but envy. Have you seen the Daniel Jackson? There are times where Daniel Jackson's character goes through a lot of things, like Baltar. Remember I was telling him Baltar got tortured, and you're going through that, and like, wow, that actor did a fantastic job. Well, by that same token, the actor who played Daniel Jackson, Michael Shanks, he does a really good job. There's an episode, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but it's hard to tell where you're at. There's an episode where he gets a bunch of other minds stuck in his mind. Okay, I don't want to spoil anything beyond that, but this is some very good acting.
It's
one of those things where, it's like the movie Split, where you see somebody pretend you seen the movie Split?
No, but I imagine it's about is it personalities, like a disorder?
Split personalities, yeah.
PID, whatever. Yeah.
It's really good. It's really good. And he does a really good job in that movie or in that episode. And of course others, but yeah. The Thing, Captive Desk, way to reach back there. 1982, I think it was, The Thing movie. Have you seen that one, Ryan?
What's it called?
The Thing with Kurt Russell back in the 80s.
Thing? I feel like I would have had to have seen it.
Yeah. The Weirdo, CKA. Evan, thank you for joining us. The Weirdo. And David is here. Good morning, David. Big Trouble. David votes for Big Trouble. James McAvoy. Yeah. In Split, James McAvoy, he does a really good job. I enjoy Split. I liked Unbreakable. I didn't really care for Glass. I didn't like how the show ended as far as the heroes and all that.
Oh yeah, I do think I've seen. Yeah, because that. It's been a very long time, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that movie.
Yeah, The Thing. There There's The Thing, and they had I want to say remake back in like 2014 or something like that. I like them both. I think they did a good job in both of them. To be honest, you probably want to watch the remake first.
Yeah, if I do decide to watch it, I should watch the remake first.
Because in the timeline of the show, the remake happens before The Thing in the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So things that you see, that was one of the things that, oh man, they did a really good job about that. In the movie The Thing, back in 1982, our heroes go over to this Swedish camp. Okay. And it had been destroyed. Apparently something had happened really bad there. And you see some horrific things. They see some horrific things. They're like a guy, his face is like split in half and his body's like half spider and all this. And you're like, oh my goodness. This second movie is the story about what happened at that.
Oh, okay. At that. Oh, yes. Because, okay, I'm sorry. I'm letting the trailer play. And I remember something about the dogs. Like, I can't remember exactly what happened, but I just remember the scene about like the dogs being in the cages and stuff.
Yeah. The Thing opens with the dog running in, and Norwegians, thank you guys for correcting me, the Norwegian helicopter coming along and they getting killed. The Thing 2, or the new one, actually ends with the dog, as it would.
I see. And then it picks up in the first.
Fortunately, I can tell you all that without really spoiling anything. I mean, these are not really things that, if you haven't seen it. Now, there is, I don't know if you've seen this, in 1951, thank you, Hypatia Stanhope, The Thing original, black and white. You've probably seen that. There's a scene in it. If I pull it up, let's see. There's a scene in it. It's burned in your brain. If you've seen this movie, even accidentally as a kid, let me see if I can just find it. Might take a second to find this image that I'm looking for, but let's see here. Oh man, very good. Reminds me of other shows I've seen too, where they've found things in the ice. But anyway, in this Thing movie, at the end, they trick it to where they electrocute it to death. From these bolts come from the top. Here's a good part of it. It's not a video, but it's a good. Oh, son of bitch. Yeah, anyway, they electrocuted that's one of those things I just couldn't forget.
Won't forget that.
Yeah, won't forget that one for some reason. The Thing. That was a good movie though. As a kid, that too was a really good flick. Let me check real quick. Oh, it's 8:00, so we'll take a little break here in just a second. I really would like to check our poll and see how we're doing over here. Where'd it go? My poll. Ooh, mon poll. Somehow I hit it. Screw it up. Let me go put them on Control-Shift-T. 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 There it is. No. Okay. Yeah. I'm scared on my part. So let me, I tell you what, I'll get let's do a commercial real quick. And whenever we get back, we will continue talking about all kinds of wonderful sci-fi things. I love talking sci-fi. I could probably have just a live sci-fi talk show to where I just talk sci-fi all the time and be more happy. Be more happy than sitting here railing on religion and right-wing politics.
Yeah, easier discussion.
I wish I had the luxury. Yes. I wish I had the luxury of not having to fight this battle that I'm fighting.
Right. They act like we want to be here doing this shit.
Goodness gracious. All right, we're going to do this thing. We'll be back. Let's do some Wild Bill. Let's go Wild Bill 2. Ollie's the started. Hello, and welcome to Shakespeare with a Redneck. Finally, I'm Wild Bill Wigglestick, and this is my trusty sidekick, Willie the Kid. And we'll be your handsome hosts, your gilded guide, your cowboys, concierges to Shakespeare. Oh, how cute. Wait, is that at 2, Ollie? Run along, little doggy. Bill, where the hell have you been? Well, I've been roaming the earth, going back and forth upon it, to and fro and whatnot. I like to travel too. Wait a second. Yep, back and forth.
upon earth, doing unto others before they do unto me. Bill, are you quoting the Bible? Trying to quote the Bible? Indeed I am. Despite my appearance, I am a man of culture and know many things, not just Shakespeare. Really? So you have a Shakespeare monologue related to atheism or skepticism? Indeed I do. Bear witness. Oh, this is going to be good. This is the excellent foppery of the world, that when we are sick in fortune, often the product of our own behavior, we make guilty of our disasters the sun, the moon, and stars, as if we were villains on necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and treacherous by spherical predominance, drunkards, liars, and adulterers by an enforced obedience of planetary influence. And all that we are evil in by a divine thrusting on. An admirable evasion of whoremaster man to lay his goatish disposition to the charge of a star. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, and my nativity was under Ursa Major, so that it follows I am rough and lecherous. I should have been that I am had the maidenliest star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. Wow, that really is spot on about what we cover here on the channel, about how, people... So here's a quick rundown of the situation. Bill, this non-believer, ignores the teachings of his learned father and ends up getting 4 people killed. Bill, that's not... Okay. Carry on. Shakespeare was a heathenistic non-believer bound for the fiery pits of hell, just like yourselves. I don't think. And in order to throw the murderous church of the time off his heathen trail, he writes the skeptic as a sneaking, lying, adulterated father and brother, hating and betraying villain who ends up getting his comeuppance in the end. Bill, oh, come on, man. You're always blah, blah, Bible stuff, blah, blah, boring. You got to spice things up. Bill, tacos are spicy. Everybody loves tacos. Bill, tacos and boobies. Okay, you're not wrong there either. Tasty and delicious culture, baby, coming at you. Avoid the storm of familial discontent. Blow winds and clap your cheeks by clicking that subscribe button and hitting that. Wait a second. Don't you mean crack your cheeks? Nope. Bill. Send safely, my friends. Take care.
Peace.
Gate. Here we are. We're back. There you are.
Is it just me? It is. Oh, no.
It was.
Okay. Chris was raptured, but now he's back. But you see what happened? He was raptured up and so close to the sun, he's got a little sunburn going on there.
It's just one of those things. Yeah. I can't really help it. I don't know. I don't know. So the movie could happen. Anyway, so the camera, that's okay. I'm here in spirit.
Maybe that's what it is. You're here in spirit.
Yeah. Tombstone. Tombstone was a good movie. I forgot he was in that. Kurt Russell was in that. Very good movie. I really enjoyed that. Now, guys, well, here's what the deal. I'll tell folks what's going on. We're getting the gate replaced. So there's a crew here replacing a fence. And my production team is most disturbed, and they're going to be. So if they start barking or anything, bear with me, okay? And yes, Disco Poppy asks how Ollie's doing. Ollie's doing okay. Remember I said he was sick because of the medicine. We've stopped giving him the medicine. So we'll just see. Hopefully he'll get better.
Poor baby.
So we'll see. Yes. So good morning, everyone. Thank you all. Let's see who else is here. Oh, my chat's a little. Ian Davenport showed up. Why? Because We Broke Godwin is also here.
David says it's radiation, not sunburn, Chris.
Which part? What?
Why you're red. It's not sunburn.
Oh, it's radiation. It's yes, that's it. I don't know. I can for fun. Let me do this. Let me ask you though, did you have a particular favorite character in Firefly, Miss Ryan?
Yeah, I do. I feel so bad because I don't even know her name. She's the second in charge under the captain.
Zoe.
Basically. Zoe. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
I like her character.
Zoe is a lot of people's favorite. She is quite awesome. So I'm going to see if I can make my camera make go here. Well, camera make go.
Make camera go. Must go faster.
Nope. Let's try this. Boop.
For some reason, when you put your hand up here,
Mm-hmm.
first it adjusted and it was normal, and then when you put your hand back down, it was.
Oh,
back
really?
To, yeah,
Huh.
I don't know what the hell that means. Filter.
I don't
error.
know. One of those things. Let me go over here to OBS and yeah. All right, cool. We're doing okay. We're gonna boop. And now we're gonna boop.
And a beep boop boop.
Yeah, it's still acting weird. I don't know why. We'll just have to live with me being purple. For some reason, my big camera is down. I don't know why. Tech gremlins are all over me like ugly on a stick. So I don't know. We'll see. Pink
Must
Chris
have-
is good also.
You must have
Is that-
offended somebody.
I must have. I don't know what's going on. I did not sacrifice to the right gods or something.
That's
I don't
probably
know.
what it is, Chris. Slacking on the sacrificing.
Right? Comic Brandon asked Ryan a question. I'm not going to repeat because if I do ask her the question,
Oh,
it'll make you know. So I'm just going to
you
go on.
guys, like I have problems, and if you mention it, I will start yawning.
I know.
Something's
I
wrong
wasn't
with
going to say
me.
that, but it's too late now. You know, because you can read. They said you could read, and I was like, girl
feel it
shouldn't be able to read. But let's see. Ryan, did you get a particularly good night's rest? You haven't yawned. See.
I'm
Is that
fighting
it?
it right now.
They are making a Spaceballs remake. I've heard that. I think it's fantastic, and I love that they're bringing back Rick Moranis. He's come out of retirement.
No, stop it.
Yeah, I won't lie to
Oh
you
my
here
God,
in
I'm
front of
so
all these
excited.
people. Yeah, that's
I love
great.
him.
Comic Brandon pumping oxygen in the room. Somebody must be doing
I
something.
got a little O2 tank back here. That's why I have my hair up like this, because the tube is sticking out right here and it's just
Mm.
blowing gentle.
Gotcha. Wouldn't have it any other way, really. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know what the hell happened. I'm just going to give up and crawl in a fetal position and cry this morning because the tech grunt. I was going to rebuild the show. Now I just got to get shit working. I got a camera. What the hell happened to my other camera? And I don't know. We'll see. I may have to reinstall my entire computer. May have computer cooties. Scotty, wow, Scotty, how are you doing? Says Bill Pullman's son is going to be involved in Spaceballs too. Bill Paxton's son? Bill Pullman's son. Bill Pullman's son? Is Bill Pullman not going to be in it? Scotty? I didn't know. Because, yeah, it was Bill Pullman. Hope he's not dead. He
Oh,
would die.
fuck.
Because
When
Bill
is this
Paxton.
supposed to happen?
Huh?
When is this reboot supposed to happen?
I don't know. It's underway. Is my understanding. It's a real deal. It's the thing. It's happening. It's so coming to a Walmart near you. John Fapiano is indeed in the chat. Hi, John Fapiano. Let me see here. John said stuff. Well, oh, okay. We're talking about the colors. Got you. Thank you. I like Toxic Avenger, says Weirdo CKA Evan. You know, I got to be honest with you. I have not seen the new Toxic Avenger movie. It's probably great. That's not really my bag. Never has been. That sort of thing has never entertained me. Never once have I sat around and gone, I want to see somebody's skin melt off because of radiation or any of that business. Never once. However, the Toxic Avenger series of movies, there was actually a Toxic or Toxorama or something, a whole production company. They made all kinds of movies, not just Toxic Avenger, but they were all about that same quality and level. And I would watch those things any chance I could get because every now and then again, they would have topless women. They'd have boobies. You see some boobies.
Wait,
And
which show is this?
there was Toxic Avenger. Now,
Avenger.
not every now and then, but every now, they would always have scantily clad women, you know, always. And I don't remember how old I was, 11, 12, you know, that age ripe for picking. I would sit through hours of this horrific body horror just on the hopes of seeing
the hopes of
Gene run
seeing
by.
some
Yeah, I
boobs.
mean, yeah.
Theo says he likes Pink Chris. Pete, you're not a bug.
Oh, gotcha, Pink Chris. I thought you were talking about Pink, comma, Chris. I was like, I like Pink too. I think she's also pinky for a while. Hey, I got to go do the thing. I'll be back in just a second. Apparently, they're ringing the doorbell. Let me do this. I'll be back.
We'll be here. All right. So Chris got raptured. We get to talk crap about him. Come on. Give me all your digs. What do we got? What dirt can we throw around? No, just kidding. Let's get back into a movie. Let's get back into a sci-fi movie. What sci-fi movie should we talk about? Could we talk more about we should probably talk more about Spaceballs coming out. So the official trailer, if this is legit, it says 2027. So we're gonna have to wait 2 years practically, maybe a little less, but who's to say? 2 years for Spaceballs 2 to come out. And depending on who the actors are, let's hope that they live for another 2 years in order to finish the movie. That wasn't rude. That's being realistic. Maybe they don't have health care.
Mel Brooks, if you're watching, she's talking to you, but she means no disrespect if you're still alive.
None whatsoever. No, but seriously, it says 2027. So I'm a little worried about that. But
yeah.
I can wait. I can wait, Mel. Like, I'm good. I'm just worried about you.
Yes. Rainbow Ash, thank you for the $2 super justice. Chris is funny. Looks on everything, though. Thank you, Rainbow. Me and that joke go way back. My dad used to say that about me. I've always said that about me. Of all of my family, my dad was like an intellect and a comedian. And of all of my family, I'm most like him in personality. So I'm the funny one. And looks aren't funny. Yeah. So thank you for that super chat. Appreciate it. Let me see here. Honestly, if it's legit, I'm skeptical on most of the South-based sequels. Yeah. Okay. They're not ringing the doorbell.
They're just excited.
The dog barks and it causes some kind of echo in here that rings in my ear, the sound of a doorbell. It really does. I wouldn't lie to you here in front of dogs. That's why I got up and went all the way out there and like, no, we didn't ring the doorbell.
Oh.
And then it did it again when she barked.
So it's just some kind of thing happening in the maybe to block the noise or something, probably.
Maybe. Let's see. Wow, Rick Moranis. Yeah, but Rick Moranis, that's good, really good. I'm glad to hear about them. I wouldn't mind seeing, since we're on the topic, a Firefly reboot of some fashion.
I can't believe they didn't.
Yeah, well, in a way they did because they got the movie. You know,
true.
But I would sure like to see them pick it back up. Now, there's the episode called. I don't remember what the episode's called. Oh, it's called Out of Gas. The episode Out of Gas where Zoe gets hit by the fire and she's unconscious, and she pretty much spends most of the show asleep because she was hurt at the beginning of the show. They did that with her because that way she didn't have to be on set all the time because she was off on her honeymoon with Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Huh. It's interesting when they take characters out of, normal TV shows that you're used to, and then you find out it's, something's going on behind the scenes. It's like, that's why they weren't there for an episode or two, or, whatever.
Theoretically, thank you for this. Says Chris is handsome as fuck, but looks like this other actor. I always forget his name. Let me see if we can guess. Would his name maybe be Donald Sutherland? Would that be the one? I get that a lot. I've gotten that from people. I got that at a guy at a TSA agent going through the airport this last time coming back from. Yeah, he's like, "You look like that Donald Sutherland guy." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm not dead." Yeah,
No,
don't shoot.
Yeah,
he did pass away.
not that long ago, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's been a while. It's been not that long. Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yep. 2024. Yeah. A little over a year ago.
Howsies.
Let's see. Out of Gas, according to Scotty. Out of Gas is Scotty says that's his favorite episode. Scotty, Out of Gas is indeed one of my favorite episodes, and we watched it last night. I say one of my favorite episodes because I really have to say we're probably going to watch it tonight. But the episode War Stories, where Mal and Wash get captured by Niska and he tortures them, and Mal has to keep taunting Wash about Zoe in order to keep Wash alive, because Wash is, he keeps giving him that drive and making him mad so he can, and that's a really good episode. Really,
that was hard. That was a hard episode to watch, especially when Homie was left behind. The captain was the one who was.
He cut off his ear.
Yeah.
He's like, here, you give me too much money. And you could have just given me a $50 bill back or some shit. You didn't have to cut off his ear.
She wanted to fucking beat the shit out of him. And she could. That's the thing that sucks, is in situations like that, if it were toe to toe, if it was just you and me toe to toe, your bitch ass would be done. But unfortunately, you got the power here because you got the money.
Yep. That was one of the first times you see River start to display. Now, before this, we see River display mental abilities that are unusual. She detects the fire in the episode Out of Gas. She knows there's fire coming. She's got this thing. She knows Jane turned her in. Yep. We saw her brain light up whenever he come in the room and they had her under that scan and he started lying and she's like, but in this movie, or in the episode War Stories, she goes in with a gun and she's like, bang, 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 and kills him.
Oh, that episode was so good. That was such a good episode. Yeah, where she just like looks out and she's like, can't look. And she's like, dook, 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 dook. I was like, oh, okay. It's like that.
No power in the verse can stop me. She looked at Kaylee and that's what she said. She said, no power in the verse can stop me.
Ah. And then, what kind of pissed me off about that though?
What's that?
Or maybe not pissed me off, but I was like, girl, you, the not engineer, but the fixer, the engine fixer girl, Kaylee,
yeah.
And where she was kind of like a little like, oh, I'm scared of you now. I'm like, bitch, she just saved your life. You'd be dead. And she's a little off. So, I mean, I don't know. I just thought that was a little unfair, but I mean, of course
that is true.
It's a movie.
Well, and I agree. The only thing that really, I'm with you. She should have been, I'm glad I'm on your side. The last thing I want to do is be caught talking about you behind your back. That's the first thing I do.
Right. You just saw what she's capable of. You're stupid.
Yes. But I could get it though. How, she saw with the incident, or Kaylee, because we're just talking about Kaylee's perspective. We saw from Kaylee's perspective how River went after Jane with a knife.
True.
And in the episode Ariel, that was a good episode. We just watched that. So she knows she's capable. And we've even seen, you've seen it though, where you see from River's eyes, she's like in some other world and she sees a stick and she steps on the stick and she reaches down and picks up the stick.
Oh yeah.
And it's a gun.
She's like, it's just an object.
Yeah. So there's this thing. So the idea that she could now buy, so at first it's innocent. It's just an object. But now we see she can kill bastards with her eyes closed with that gun, So that, I can see how that would put her in a little bit of a pickle. I don't really understand her motivation for wanting to suddenly not be River's friend. Because that's how like you took a little too, like maybe being afraid, like I could understand, but now you're just kind of being a little mean almost.
Brent
A says Objects in Space is a great episode. That's one of my favorites. I have so many favorites. That's the very last one with Jubal Early, the black man who sneaks on their ship, the black bounty hunter who gets on their ship, and she melts into the ship when she's actually on his ship.
Right. Yeah, that was such a good episode. I really enjoyed that. So I was questioning. I thought, okay, is that how the show is going to continue? She's going to be the ship. Is this legit, or is this some kind of trick? Like I wasn't sure, so it got me good.
Had you wondered?
It did. It had me. I was like, am I stupid, or maybe this bitch part of the ship now?
Yeah. That really was. I'm really enjoying going back through it. It's a lot of fun. And I can't wait for the movie. The movie, when you get to see about how the agent in the movie, the bounty hunter, the agent who's in the last episode, we see a bounty hunter. He is dressed in blue. He sneaks onto their ship, fights with Mal, and then pretty much ties everybody up, and then River saves the day. He's in red. He's the bounty hunter in red. Then we have the agent in the movie.
Okay now.
Oh, look at me. Then we have the agent in the movie, and they can easily be mistaken in your mind because they have similar things. They're both black men, handsome black men, but they're both pursuing. One's an agent, one's a bounty hunter. One's all in blue, though. The agent, I believe, is all in. Oh no, one's the bounty hunter, Jubal Early, is all in red, and the agent is in all blue.
Oh.
Yeah, and the agent is the one from the movie, and I think it's really cool where he sees at the end where Mal exposes him to the truth, and he goes, "Oh shit, this is the truth," and then actually does the cool thing and changes and goes, "I'm on the wrong side."
Mm-hmm.
You don't see bad guys do that very often.
No, you don't. I do enjoy that when there's that critical moment where they are you a bad guy for real, or not, because people get sucked into the wrong ideas for many reasons. Propaganda. I mean, we're kind of watching what happen in this country, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. I do want to see here that Godwin said the opening song for Firefly was great. Take my love, take my land.
Oh yeah.
Take me where I cannot stand. Okay, that's a very catchy tune. For those of you who don't know, Joss Whedon, I believe, wrote that. Joss Whedon, I believe, wrote that and wanted to sing it for the opening of the show.
He wanted to
he wanted to be the person who sang it, and they nixed that and got a professional singer. Also, the character Badger. Do you remember Badger? Had the Irish accent, Scottish accent. He's the one who, yeah. You saw him a couple times. He's the same guy who played the lawyer in Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yeah,
who had the imaginary cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Remember his character Badger, who was in the first episode, and then he comes back in the episode called Shindig, and he captures them and makes Mal go to this party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that character was almost played by Joss Whedon, but somebody said no. I don't know who, but somebody said no. Thank goodness.
They said hit no.
He did a really good. The actor did a really good job.
Yeah, I like his. I don't know why, but I like him.
So there was that episode I was just talking about, Shindig, where they go to the party, and then that one is where Badger, he really needs Mal to follow through with what's going on. So he goes to Serenity with his thugs and essentially captures all the Serenity people. So they're all sitting there, and they can't go save Mal. They want to go save Mal, but they can't, and they need a distraction. What could we possibly use as a distraction? Then River comes out. And they're like, oh shit, and they got to hide her because they don't want to get in trouble. And then she starts talking with the same kind of accent because she's from Titan Colony, and she goes around and she really blows this guy's little sad little king of a sad little hill. Call me if someone interesting shows up, and just walks out of the room. And then Jane's like, that they're exactly the kind of distraction we could have used.
Like y'all just sat there watching what was happening when you could have used that as the actual distraction. That was really epic. And the fact that Homie was just kind of like, I like her. He was like, okay, I can respect that.
Yeah, that was really good. I watched the thing, a short. I follow the actress who plays Kaylee on Facebook. I saw a short of hers, and somebody asked her, those things like where she says shiny and all that, and these little witticisms that she says throughout the show. So they're like, how much of that is you, and how much of that is the writers? And she said, every bit of it is the writers. Every word they speak is written. This is not one of those where they get to riff it off.
No.
Or none of that. So all the little cool little things they say, like where they go, you know what that makes us? God, big damn heroes, sir. That you'll find that all over the brown coats thing. Big damn hero. All these things were written. None of it was improvised.
None of it was like off the cuff.
Good on the Jill State is her name. Yeah, I follow her on the Facebooks. And that's one of the things I was telling Ryan here. If you watch the show, go back and watch Firefly. Now, then you go look at Miss Jewel State now. She doesn't kind of look the same. She looks different.
Who did?
And Miss Jewel State, she looks a little different from her now than she did in the show. A couple things that need to be considered. One is it's been 22 years or 23 years since the show. The second thing to consider is that whenever she got the role of Kaylee, Joss Whedon had her gain 20 pounds for the role.
Oh, did he
So
for real?
now, yeah. So now he didn't want a wafer thin actress like what was going around. So now you see her at her more natural weight, and she looks different. You know?
How old was she back then? So she was in her 20s back then?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She couldn't have been much older
She
than
would have
that.
been.
Wasn't very old. Let's see. Jewel State.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
Miss
Still-
Jewel State. Sorry about discussing your age. According to this, is 43 years old. So when did Firefly come out? 2001?
Fucking infidel.
2002. Thank you. Who's gay? You just want one word. What's gay?
Gay.
What? Go. Infidel may not like Sci-Fi Saturday or Sci-Fi Friday. Good morning, Infidel. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for the $2 super chat. But see, for us, that would be a compliment. You remember? Were you here when I first started running the show? Was it Pastor Dean or somebody would come in and accuse me of being gay? I'm like, sure, why not? Yeah, I love it. Who doesn't love it?
I don't think I was there for that, but I think I remember you telling me that he would try to use that as a. Well, I don't know. Like, if people think it's funny, it's just not funny. And no, infidel. I know that's not what you're.
No, infidel's not. No,
like,
I didn't see that.
This is us fun. We understand that is funny, but for people like that, we don't trust you, and we don't know where you're coming from. It's not funny. That's the difference.
Sir Equinox, thank you for joining this morning. I highlighted this so I'd remember earlier. A couple things. First, let me get back to Tenet. Have you seen the movie Tenet? It was mentioned by Brenda in the chat.
Probably.
I'm going to say I very much disliked the movie Tenet. There are some things in it that were most unfortunate. The writing, the acting. I could just go on about it. I found Tenet to be just horrible. One of the things, just a quick pointer outer, it opens with this guy. They're torturing him. They're pulling his fucking teeth in a train rail yard, trying to tell, and essentially he won't give up whatever secret that so they're going to kill him. They kill him. Boom. Well, they didn't really kill him. It was all a test to see if he could be trusted.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. They literally pulled this dude's teeth. Okay. Less than a week later, he's going around the world doing all kinds of stuff, going from here. He would not be. No. He would be all fucked up, still swollen. He'd still be spitting in blood in a cup. You know, that was just one of the things. Then later on, you get in the show and you see that they have hundreds of guys. At one point, there's like armies of guys on their side and armies of guys. Some of them are going forward in time. Some of them are going. So you mean to tell me every one of those son of a bitches got their fangs pulled out just to test their loyalty to see if they'd keep the secret? That's very fucking stupid. That was the beginning of the movie. And then they go through the movie. The whole movie is scripted like this, where they just talk like this. Everything is like this. You're going to talk now. Now I'm going to talk. What do you think we're going to do? I think we're going to go over here. Then we're going to go over here. You think we should go over here? Okay, we'll go over here. That's really the way they talk through almost the whole thing. And really the movie is, okay, so this guy's got to go here. He's got to talk to this person. She sends him over to this guy. He goes from here to this person over here. It turns out to be a she instead of a he. And that's really the way the whole thing goes. He got to go like 5 or 6 different places. Says scam likely. Let me send that to him. You know what I mean? So it's really about this guy going from place to place to place to place to place, chasing these answers and information. It just kind of sucks. There's a lot of reasons that I didn't like Tenet. And this notion that
from 2020,
probably, yeah, it sounds about right. There's this thing going where there's a war going in the future ways and the back ways, and you go through this door, and now you're going backwards through time. And I can see you going backwards through time, through the glass. You went through the door, and I can see you going, and you can see me. But you got to put on a special mask because the oxygen on the other side is going forwards through time. I mean, it's fucking stupid. And there's so many stupid things about it. This guy gets into a fight with this guy who's got a mask on, and they get into a fight, and this guy tries to shoot him in the head several times, like puts the gun here, pulls the trigger, bam, barely misses. Turns out later, it's fucking him. He's fighting himself, trying to shoot his previous self in the fucking head. How stupid is that? Even if the first guy didn't know who the second guy was because he had a mask on, the second guy would surely know because he didn't have a mask on. You remember this fight, right? I mean, oh, it's horrible.
Right.
Horrible.
Yeah. Right. You'd have, yeah, because you're seeing his freaking face.
You're seeing his face. It's just,
Oh my
it was
gosh.
horrible. It was horrible. Really, again, they get me at the beginning where, like I said, they pull out half these guys' teeth to prove his loyalty. And the next day he's off, like no problem with his teeth at all. And then again, like I say, he's off. He goes to this guy and he's like, what do you do here? And I do this. And what do you do this? And I do this. And okay, I'll do this. And that's just how the whole dialogue is for the whole fucking thing. And it's also really low. It's all real low. So you got to kind of lean in and do captions. It just kind of said, okay, I just had to get that out of my system. I was only able to bear that movie once. Oh, yeah. Anyway, some people may like it. Some people,
Yeah,
some people
I don't
like
think I have not seen that.
it.
It
Mhm.
has the guy from Twilight in it. Because I'm just looking at
Yes.
thing
And
on
I
here.
actually like him. Robert Patterson, I think is his name. I actually
Yeah.
enjoy him as an actor. I liked him in Mickey 17. I thought he did a pretty good job. I kind of enjoyed it. And we do have one other comment here. Sir Equinox, I started to call this out earlier, said, science fiction predicted the situation we're in, such as the story The Marching Morons by C.M. Cornbluth. Interesting. Thank you for that. For those of you out there who have managed to watch Babylon 5, you may see a lot of parallels between what happens throughout the story arc of Babylon 5 and what we're living through right now. In the story of Babylon 5, the end of season 1 ends with a cliffhanger, and the president of the Earth Alliance gets assassinated, and his vice president takes over. And this guy is a right-wing fascist. He starts implementing things. They have the Night Watch, who are like the brown shirts, who are like the MAGA, who are going through, this is like 1986 or something. He's right, 96 maybe. He's right this. And so they'll pay you to tell on, do you know somebody who's an insurrectionist who doesn't like the way? Turn them in and we'll give you money. They would pay like security officers at Babylon 5 station. They're not over Babylon 5 station. But they would, sort of like California, right? But they would pay security officers in Babylon 5 an extra 50 credits if they would wear the Night Watch badge on their thing and just kind of report anything. Very similar. In the end, the president tries to root out, I'm like Gavin Newsom, threatens to arrest and tries to go after. Eventually, the Babylon 5 has to separate from the Earth Alliance, and then they build up an army and have to go fight the president, beat them all the way back to the Earth, and they're about to get rid of the Earth, defeat this president, this evil fascist bastard, and he turns the weapons on Earth, called a scorched Earth thing. So he knows he's going to lose. He can't get out. So he's just going to kill everybody. And their last deal in that battle, and this is over a span of like 4 seasons. Yeah, because it starts in the end of season 1 and ends. That's what season 5 is all about. And the last thing they do, as far as this official war between these two groups, is the one group has to stop the other group's own defenses from wiping out the entire population of Earth. Interesting. It's good stuff. But the whole Night Watch, how they're telling on people, how they're separating out people, how they're it's really fascinating how it aligns with today. And I would, and for those of you who are out there, I would revel in the fact if it ended the same way. Not that, we don't have weapons for him to turn on Earth, but in the end, President Clark took his own life.
Oh, I wouldn't be mad about that.
Yeah. If only he'd have done it on camera.
Sell tickets.
The only reason why I say that is because otherwise it's all a conspiracy theory.
Oh,
It's all, yeah. It's kind of, anyway, John Hudson. John, I hope you got if you get the chance, watch Firefly. It's important though to mention that if you do watch Firefly, make sure you watch it in the correct order. If you go to the tvseries.net, the place that I usually watch things at, and you watch it there, the names are wrong. Episode 1 is episode 1. Episode 2 is just watch them in order. You'll be fine. Despite the fact that episode 2 says our Mrs. Reynolds. It's not our Mrs. Reynolds, our Mrs. Reynolds. Just trust me. The names are wrong. The names have been
Shame.
changed to
They
protect
fracked
the
it
innocent.
all up.
Yeah, just know if you go watch it, I actually had to go through and figure out, but if you go watch it, they are correct in order. Just watch them in order, 1 through 14, and you'll see the good show. It's essentially cowboys in space. Rodent, no last name. Good morning, Rodent. No, I once went as a psychop for Halloween, just a black suit, black gloves, and a Psycor pin. That's right. So part of the deal about the Earth Alliance, they're right-wing fascists, right? But they're not just right-wing fascists. They're also partly controlled by the telepaths. In the future, humans have telepaths. So they will literally, it's not like today where they'll send a policeman after you. In the future, they'll send a fucking telepath to you.
Yikes.
Who can go through your brain. I mean, so season 1 through 3 is really, or 1 through 4, 1 through 3 is essentially the Vorlons and the Shadows. The great war between these last two great races. That's what you get to see. And then the 4th season is, forget, because there's the last season though is where they finally get back the Earth. They have this war. I guess you'd almost call it the telepath war. They call it the telepath wars.
Mm.
Very good stuff. It's great stuff. John Fabiano says all sci-fi fans must watch Firefly and Cowboy Bebop. Me and the evil one have threatened to watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
But we haven't. And I've thought about possibly watching the anime first because they made a movie. The guy who plays the Sulu in the new Star Trek movies, he plays the lead character in the Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Star Trek guy's in it. Says Hypatia. Yeah, he's in it. But I've heard mixed reviews. You always get. I think you're going to get mixed reviews from people who loved the original. So I might watch the movie and actually enjoy it without having seen the original. That's probably what I do. Watch the movie first, then go watch the original anime because, so there's that. So the telepaths are the lobbyists.
Ooh.
I'm not really sure. There were things. There's a lot. It's been a while since I've seen it. I do remember that I'm pretty sure that which is kind of weird. It was another one of those situations where they thought the series is going to be canceled. So they tried to wrap it up early and they had this big, huge war going on between the the Vorlons and the Shadows, the angels and demons of our galaxy, essentially. And since they thought it was going to get canceled, they rushed that. And it ends up being the final confrontation between that is all wrapped up in like season 3, episode 16, right in the middle of a season. Then after that, they go from that to the telepath wars. And then from the telepath wars, they go to Earth Alliance wars. I think I may have that backwards. Anyway, so it's good shit. Trust me, it's good shit.
Trust him.
But girl, if you're going to watch it, that first season is hard.
Yeah.
It's not as hard, I don't think, as Stargate. First season of Stargate. That episode where they get reverted back to people and they're all screeching like monkeys. And then the way they don't really, the second episode 2 where they come across these Tibetans from the ancient steppes who've been separated from humanity for 3,000 years and they speak perfect English. They're like, hello. Yes. And, without explaining it in any way was rough.
Yeah. Yes,
but once you got past all those things.
Right. Like I'm enjoying it now. So
yeah.
You just got to get through it. Growing pains, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, David in the chat. Good morning, David. David says, don't watch the live action version, at least not at first. So, okay, gotcha. Not first. Don't watch it first. Watch it after. Okay. Literally, Cowboy Bebop, watch the anime first, then the movie just before the last episode. Then do okay. That's good advice. I'll check that out. Babylon 5 season 1 isn't as bad as many say. It's just weaker compared to the rest of the series. Babylon, they actually had a movie, like a movie length opening or something like that. It can be a little rough. It was, the technology, the science, for the graphics they had. It's all these actors first time on set working together. Michael O'Hare was a theater actor and really couldn't handle the stress. We already talked about how he was going through paranoid delusions. He couldn't handle the stress of a 16-hour workday on a set, stuff like that. I find it to be a really hard watch. But Jakar, and Londo are so fantastic. You got these two characters, and they're both from warring species. And in the beginning, one of them seems like a bad guy. He's like, you really get the idea his name is Jakar, and you think he's going to be a bad guy. And then you've got Londo. Londo's a pretty cool guy. He's at the bar. He's having a good time. He doesn't really hurt nobody. He doesn't want to hurt nobody. He's a fun person. And then over the series of these 5 seasons, you see these characters switch. And Jakar literally becomes a religious icon for his entire people. While on the other side, Londo goes from being this kind of funny, bumbling ambassador drunk guy to being a war criminal, dropping what do you call them? Weapons of mass destruction, and wiping out a large population of the Narn people.
Dang.
So you see them go where you thought the one was going to be, and it's a wonder. Every time those two actors are together, though, they're wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It's good stuff. And Hypatia Stanhope does say Babylon 5 is hit and miss. One of the things about Babylon 5 is, like a lot of Star Trek and other shows back in that time frame, is they usually had an A story and a B story, maybe even a little C story, a little second story going through there. In knowing that, and you know what you're getting into with Babylon 5 if you've seen it before, you could watch episodes, even the bad ones, because there are episodes. Whatever's in Grave 17, that's a horrible episode. But you can go through these episodes and kind of just skip the parts that are really shitty and still get the good parts that are good. Let's see. I'm watching a couple of reaction channels going through Babylon 5. They do notice season 1 is a product of its time and how limited they were, but they still love it. Yeah. My deal has always been, and I don't want to blame an actor, but I really have a hard time watching Michael O'Hare as Commander Sinclair. And no insult to Michael O'Hare. He was having a hard time being that role. He eventually, he's really kind of creepy, to be fair. And by the time, so he's in the first season, they get him out of the first season, and then they bring him back in like season 3 during that big war as like this religious prophet kind of guy. Okay. And then so they really play into his weird things, like how he always looks at people without turning his neck. He always, and this, like, he says weird shit, and just, they really played into his eccentricities whenever they made him this godlike character. Not godlike character, but in a way, it's Jesus. It's Vorlon Jesus is what it is, because they send him back 2,000 years with Babylon 4. They literally steal Babylon 4, a modern space station, and send it back 2,000 years, and Sinclair partially transform into a Vorlon, not a Vorlon, but a like the Bonehead ladies. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, it's a wonderful story. Great story. And I tell you, whenever they bring Bruce Boxleitner in, he's great. He's just wonderful. Let me see. I'm doing a playthrough of Metal Gear. I've never done Metal Gear Solid. I'll make a note on the Cowboy Bebop. We'll check that out. And see, Rodent, no last name, says Michael O'Hare was suffering from almost debilitating mental health issues and had to leave the show. And see, one of the things is that the writer of the show, J. Michael Straczynski, knew that, and Michael O'Hare had sworn him to secrecy until he passed, said, you can't tell anybody about this until I die. And so he didn't. So for the longest time, people thought he was just weird, thought he was just a jerk, thought he was just a whatever, and didn't realize he was going through these problems. Weirdo Evan says, honestly, he and the actor who ended up replacing him looked way too alike. They looked very similar, but they were younger. Bruce Boxleitner was definitely younger than Sinclair, the Sinclair actor. Other than that, now you'll notice it was let's see, is it Jeffrey Sinclair, and the other actor's name was what was his name? John Sheridan.
Don't know if
JS. John Sheridan. So the writer of the show made both of the captains initials JS. The writer of the show is J. Michael Straczynski. If you watch Babylon 5, he's actually in the last episode of the series. Whenever they go to shut down Babylon 5, I believe that's when it happens. Yeah, they shut down Babylon 5, something in the future. He's the guy sweeping the floor. as they're shutting out the lights.
Okay.
He's also the J. Michael Straczynski, the guy who created this. He's also the guy who you'll see him be the first person to try to pick up Thor's hammer when Thor's hammer hits Earth in the movie Thor, and it's out in the desert and it's stuck there, and there's this guy grabs it and tries to pick it up. That's the guy who created Babylon 5.
Ah.
Yes. Very good stuff. John said, Bruce Boxleitner, he did a great job. I'm surprised he never went into politics. He does all these like speeches. He becomes the president of the Earth Alliance throughout the show. And Bruce Boxleitner was very charismatic. He really could have pulled it off had he wanted to go that way. Veronica F. Grave. Nice to have you with us. Cool name. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and read our super chats and wrap it up today. It is Friday. According to our poll, though, we do have a little thing going on over here. I'm going to rebuild the show over the weekend. I got to get my camera working first. My camera is not this. This isn't even my good camera. This is, I don't know what the hell's going on. But I got to get my camera working. But if I can get my camera, I'll rebuild the show and I will keep the chat because 80% of our respondents said they wanted to keep the chat. 56 people voted on that. So thank you guys. We'll do that. Let me check our super chats. Thank you all who support the show. Keeps me from having to strip on the side of the road. No, I do that anyway. Rainbow Ash says, Chris is funny. Looks aren't everything, though, for $2. Thank you very much. Like I said, me and that joke go way back. And then Infidel for $4.99 said gay. Just wanted to say it. I think he meant it obviously in a good way.
No,
Thank
it was in a
you
good
all.
way, for sure.
You are all wonderful. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Sin safely, my friends.
Bye.
Take care.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Confession booth, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goat's the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the gold candle, don't even think.